Good afternoon, and we are back with another guide video for Lego Fortnite today. And today we're going to take a look at the different biomes in Lego Fortnite, what they do, what you can find in there, and their sort of difficulty level as you progress through the game. But before that, if you do like the content and you want to stay up to date with everything that's coming up on the channel soon enough, I've been really like amazed at the feedback on these videos, so thank you ever so much for that. But do hit the subscribe button and hit that notification bell icon if you want to stay up to date with all of the videos coming out soon. Also, leave a comment down below. You can let me know which biome is your favorite in Lego Fortnite, because out of the four there's a lot of different options and they all have their uniqueness to them as well. Also, if you are also going to pick up anything from the Fortnite store, please use creator code Danconia in that Fortnite shop to support the channel if you so wish to. It is very much appreciated. But biomes in Lego Fortnite. So we have four. We have Grasslands, we have Drylands, we have Frostlands, and we have Shores. I'm not going to count caves into this. Caves are slightly different. I will touch on them at the end. So you will always start your Lego Fortnite world in the Grasslands. It is the simplest biome. It is the least challenging biome. This is the biome where you're going to find your normal wood, you're going to find your granite, and you're going to find sheep and regular wolves, spiders, skeletons obviously, stuff like that. That's what you're going to be finding here, chickens and cows as well. It's most likely going to be where most people start their first village, because it is the safest area, but you can progress from there on, and normally the next place you're going to come across is the Drylands. Now the Drylands is where things step up again. So the Drylands, you will have to contend with heat. So heat is an issue because you will take slowly take damage over time as you are in that area, but it really does give really valuable resources like the higher rarity flex wood. Also, when you want things like bright core in the caves that are in the dry valley as well, there's uncut amber in the drylands as well. So you're going to want all of this to progress your Lego Fortnite world and keep progressing on. So to do the dry valley and drylands, the monsters are more dangerous. This is when you're going to start coming into much stronger things like sand scorpions that explode when they die, brutes as well, some of the more stronger things, and the wolves go up a level, and stronger skeletons. So everything goes up a level when you hit the drylands or the dry valley. So that's something you need to take into account. You need to be well equipped. Obviously a cool-headed charm, I believe is the name, is something that's going to come in very handy in the drylands, because that's going to make you resistant to that heat and stop you from that consistent damage taken as the heat comes in. Obviously, there are also more things you can take consumable-wise, like snowberries, I believe, that will also give you a certain amount of time resistant to the heat in the dry valley. But what I would recommend first is doing your best to try and get those at least one cool-headed charm, because it will also give you a bit more health and a bit more armor. So that's also going to make you much tougher in that dry valley area. So you won't be one shot, because if you go in there with no charms, then you are very susceptible, unless you have very good dodging skills, to being one shot, especially by sand wolves, and sometimes also the dry valley versions of the shells, the sand shells. But all of these utilities and resources in the dry valley are going to be crucial to you progressing your Lego Fortnite world. So it is something you're going to have to tackle at some stage. Just be well prepared for it. So next up on our Lego Fortnite journey are the Frostlands. Now the Frostlands are basically the complete opposite to the Drylands, except, again, the enemies take on another level of difficulty. But the first port of call in the Frostlands is to have another charm. This is where you're going to need the inner fire charm to give you that cold resistance. Now you'll have to start swapping these charms in and out, depending on where you are, because if you have the inner fire charm in the dry valley, obviously it's really not going to be handy, but it is really helpful in the Frostlands. Also, big recommendation to be taking torches with you, because they also will provide a lot of light, but also a little tiny bit of heat, which is going to be really handy when tackling the Frostlands. The Frostlands is where, again, things take up another level of difficulty. You'll see frost wolves, frost scorpions, and frost brutes. All of these are going to be tougher than what you've encountered before. So this means you're going to need to be more, you're going to have to be much more better equipped. Jeez, English. But also, by this time you want to be leveling up your crafting bench and your weapons. So you want to be going in with rare or epic weapons that will be doing more damage. So hopefully you won't be too phased by these monsters that will be coming at you with more health, and obviously they will do a lot more damage to you and definitely have the capability to one-shot you if you don't have the charms on you. So make sure you go in with the charms available to you as well. But of course, when you come out of these areas, they will offer you more and higher rarity loot. So when you go to the Frostlands, you're looking for things like malachite, iron, frostpine wood, and sapphire. All of this is going to be right at the top end of the loot you're going to be wanting in terms of rarity. This is where you're going to be making purple rarity, epic rarity loot, which is very good. It's very, very good. Some of the best loot in the game right now. So this is when you're getting to big boy endgame sort of stuff in Lego Fortnite. And Frostlands is a big, big part of that. But obviously, there's a little caveat here. And we haven't talked about the shores yet. So the shores, they're a bit weird at the moment because they don't offer anything in terms of really different resources to what the Grasslands offer. But they offer stunning views, and they also offer much higher rarity, well, not rarity, but difficulty enemies. This, I believe, the shores are the homelands of the brutes. So you're going to see a lot more brutes in the shores, I believe. You're also going to see sand rollers, and you're going to see, obviously, skeletons, as you would always. Brutes are going to be your biggest danger here, because brutes are tough, and you're going to want to tackle brutes at a distance. So you're going to want to have like a high rarity crossbow to deal with the brutes and have good dodging skills, because they are one of the most difficult things to take on in the game right now. And that will change with future updates, because there's more and more bosses and more difficulty enemies being added to Lego Fortnite in coming updates. But right now, the brutes are one of your most difficult things to take on. So you need to be well equipped and well prepared. And you are going to find them in the shores. You will also find them in other places, don't get me wrong, but they are very common in the shores. And the shores is more of a, I would say, a nice place to be. So if you wanted to set up a base of the shores, yeah, you'll get some unique villages and stuff, but you will have the best views in Lego Fortnite, in my opinion. And that is just a massive W if you ask me. But you want to be going into that area with a decently high rarity loot, because if you don't, you're probably going to get your butt kicked. Not gonna lie, by the difficulty of the enemies in that area. But that's your lowdown. That's your overview and guide to what you're going to see in these different areas. It's really cool that we're getting different biomes. When we talk about the caves are slightly different, because you're going to see unique stuff. Like, this is the only place you get knot root, and you're going to need at least an uncommon pickaxe, an uncommon axe, forest axe, to get that knot root, to mine it. But you will see slightly unique stuff inside caves as well. There's some tiny little bosses in caves sometimes. It depends on the cave you're in. And obviously this is one of the only places you're going to find lava as well. So that's also to be very, very aware of. And the respective places you find these caves. So if you find a cave in the drylands, the heat is going to be a lot more intense inside the caves than it will be outside in the drylands. Same for the frostlands. If you're in the Frostlands, the cold is going to be a lot more intense inside a cave than it is just going about in the Frostlands. So that's something to be aware of. You have to be prepared before you go into these caves. Otherwise, you are going to have a nasty surprise when you do end up in them. But I am going to leave it here for this one. There's plenty more of how-tos and guides on Lego Fortnite on this channel and in a playlist of how to Lego Fortnite So please do check that out. Also, there's plenty more coming up, and I believe either the video before this or the video after this concerning the how-tos is going to be looking at wood, resources, and tools that are available to you in Lego Fortnite, so keep an eye out for that. But thank you for joining for this one, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.